COVID-19 infectivity rate still within control. Taps run dry in Selangor and Klang Valley again. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohanapriya. Welcome to Updates at Noon. Malaysia has successfully reduced the COVID-19 infectivity rate, or R0, from 2.2 at the start of the third wave to between 1.3 to 1.5 now. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said the infection rate was lower than the starting level of the second wave, which was 3.5.
Gelombang ketiga wabak COVID-19 di Malaysia ini sememangnya lebih mencabar walaupun kita lebih bersedia daripada segi kapasiti dan tindakan kesihatan awam yang dijalankan. Nilai R pada permulaan gelombang ketiga iaitu pada 20 September 2020 adalah 2.2 iaitu R0 gelombang ketiga kita memula dengan 2.2. Tetapi dalam tempoh 4 minggu, ia telah pun diturunkan kepada 1.5. Jadi di antara 1.3 hingga 1.5. Ini bermakna setakat ini, usaha yang dijalankan telah berjaya mengelakkan daripada peningkatan kes secara mendadak seperti dalam graf unjuran ini, iaitu garis R iaitu bersamaan 2.2.
Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham had earlier shown the three possible scenarios of a projected trajectories of daily COVID-19 cases involving different values of R0. He said if the R0 value stayed at 2.2, the number of infections would be more than 1,000 a day. Stressing the need to break the chain of infection, the Health DG said Malaysians must help the country by staying at home, as it was the most effective way to control the spread of COVID-19 in the community. Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham also said that the Ministry of Health, MOH, has proposed tightening the SOPs under the CMCO. He added that the proposal includes allowing only economic sectors to operate when a CMCO is put in place.
Kita akan sarankan akan berbincang di Majlis Keselamatan Negara dan untuk pelaksanaan dan sebagainya. Jadi ini perkara ini akan dibawa ke majlis untuk perbincangan bersama.
The Health Director General relayed the general concerns of the public regarding the loosening of CMCO protocols. On Saturday, MKN decided to allow operators of commercial sports facilities such as commercial football fields, gymnasiums and futsal centres in CMCO areas to operate again from 19th October. Meanwhile, Malaysia recorded 7 new deaths from COVID-19 yesterday, a peak previously reached on 29th March. According to Tan Sri Noor Hisham, the country also reached another record daily high of new cases at 871. He added that local transmission comprised 866 of the total reported cases, while the remaining 5 cases were imported. Now, despite recording a record high number of cases, the Health DG also said 701 individuals have recovered, the highest recorded daily recoveries to date. Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham also confirmed that a total of 4 new COVID-19 clusters have emerged. The Bahlayangan cluster, involving Labuan and Rembau in Negeri Sembilan, has 13 positive cases so far. In Seberang Perai, Penang, he said authorities uncovered what it called the Alma cluster, which has 7 cases. Another cluster, dubbed the Auto cluster, has been found in the Petaling district, Kuala Langat and Klang. The Health DG said 8 cases have been linked to the cluster. The 4th cluster, he said, is the Kepayan Prison cluster in Kota Kinabalu, which involves 49 cases. As of 18th October, the country has 85 active clusters. From the 85 clusters still active, Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham said 31 clusters have seen an increase in cases. The targeted enhanced movement control order, or TEMCO, at the Alor Star prison in Kedah has been extended. Initially slated to end on 18th October, Senior Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob announced a 14-day extension until 1st November. The senior minister said the decision to further lengthen the TEMCO period was to monitor the COVID-19 situation in the facility due to the rise in cases. He said a special National Security Council, or MKN, meeting made the decision following a request by the Kedah State Government, Kedah MKN, as well as the advice of the Health Ministry.
Kita tahu kluster penjara, itu kluster tembok, kluster benteng, merupakan penyumbang besar, mungkin terbesar di dalam jumlah kes COVID positif di negara kita. Jadi pelaksanaan PKPD adalah untuk membendung jangkitan dan penularan COVID-19 di dalam kawasan tersebut, di dalam kawasan penjara, serta bagi membolehkan aktiviti pengesanan kes secara bersasar dilaksanakan.
Until 17th October, 1,178 positive COVID-19 cases had been detected in the prison, involving 1,137 detainees as well as 41 prison staff. Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri also reaffirmed that employees are currently allowed to move about for work purposes and to go to their offices under the Conditional Movement Control Order CMCO on the 3 new clusters in the Klang Valley as a result of infection in the workplace. He said the issue would be brought to a special meeting of the National Security Council, MKN, chaired by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin for further discussions. However, until the new action is announced, the senior minister hopes that employers can allow their employees to work from home.
Kita memohon daripada majikan-majikan supaya membenarkan pekerja-pekerja ini bekerja daripada rumah. Tapi sekarang sudah berlaku kes seperti ini. Saya akan bawa di dalam mesyuarat khas ataupun sidang khas MKN yang dipengerusikan oleh Yang Amat Perdana Menteri yang bersidang setiap hari untuk kita bawa kes ini ke dalam mesyuarat tersebut supaya mesyuarat boleh membuat keputusan.
Sabah calls for the cooperation and involvement of more medical health and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, to aid the Ministry of Health in the battle against COVID-19. Sabah Housing and Local Government Minister Datuk Sri Masidi Manjun said more volunteers are needed, especially at quarantine and treatment centres. He further explained that 55,844 food baskets aid have been distributed to targeted groups. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Masidi said the state government will intensify COVID-19 awareness campaigns in Sabah to keep the rakyat alert.
Kita harapkan kita akan melancarkan kempen secara besar-besaran bagi mendidik masyarakat mengenai mematuhi SOP. Dan ini akan dibuat bersama dengan Jabatan Penerangan, RTM dan semua pihak PBT dan semua mereka yang terlibatlah. Saya fikir apa yang perlu kita buat sekarang ialah mendidik masyarakat supaya patuh, ya.
Currently, 1,357 members of the Malaysian Volunteer Corps, or RELA, 3,863 police personnel, 134 members of the Army and 287 from the Fire and Rescue Department have volunteered. Moreover, they are aided by 1,120 members from the Civil Defence Force and 90 members of the Immigration Department. Premise owners are urged to conduct their own sanitation more frequently to curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, the easiest way to do this is by using antibacterial tissue wipes on surfaces commonly touched, such as switches, door handles, or knobs. According to the Putrajaya Head of Rescue Team Management, Fire and Rescue Assistant Commissioner Farhan Sofian Borhan, public sanitation operations are only focusing on red zones and areas where COVID-19 cases have been detected.
Jadi kita memfokus kepada kawasan-kawasan yang kita kenal pasti atau berklasifikasi sebagai epicenter. Kita galakkan juga kepada individu ataupun pemilik premis untuk melaksanakan operasi sanitasi awam yang bukan di kawasan zon merah ataupun mempunyai risiko COVID-19. Sebab tujuan sanitasi adalah untuk pembersihan dan sekiranya berlaku, kita tidak pasti. Mungkin kawasan tersebut hari ini hijau tetapi sebenarnya ada kes yang belum lagi tu.
To date, there has been over 10,000 public sanitation operations conducted nationwide, involving some 13,000 premises. A factory worker became the first individual apprehended for flouting the CMCO in Kampung Padang Chep Mas. The 43-year-old suspect was also alleged to have behaved aggressively by swinging a hoe to the police to resist arrest. Baling Chief Police Superintendent Said Basri Said Ali said the suspect was seen recording police personnel on duty as he was dissatisfied with not being allowed to exit the CMCO zone until 31st October. The police then followed the suspect to his house to make an arrest. However, the suspect scolded the police officer and even tried to attack him. The police officer had to struggle to restrain the suspect before he could be arrested. Superintendent Said Basri said the case is being investigated under Section 353 of the Penal Code. Coming up next, the news high-level strategic committee elevates Malaysia-Saudi ties. Stay with us. But first, Pengurusan Ais Selangor Sdn Bhd Ais Selangor has issued a stop work order on its Phase 1, 2, 3 and Rantau Panjang water treatment plants due to suspected contamination in Sungai Selangor. Following this, water supply to a total of 1,196,457 Ais Selangor account holders in 1,292 areas in the Klang Valley are temporarily disrupted. According to Ais Selangor Corporate Communications Head Elina Basri, the pollution was detected at 2 a.m. today. She said in a statement that as of 6:30 a.m., the level of the threshold odor number or TON at Sungai Selangor was 1 TON. The water treatment plant are only allowed to operate when the reading is 0 TON. Elina said Ais Selangor has taken immediate action to dilute and flush the contaminants found by releasing raw water by gravity from hybrid off-river augmentation system, Horas 600, with a capacity of 285 million litres per day. It has also released raw water from the dam at about 800 million litres per day. At the same time, she said Lembaga Urus Ais Selangor has released raw water through the KL Larut pool pump with a capacity of 336 million litres per day for the same purpose. Elina also said that repairs on the burst pipe at the Sungai Selangor Phase 1 water treatment plant is about 80% completed, but work cannot continue due to the odour pollution at the same plant. Now, the public is advised to stay updated on the unscheduled water supply disruption from time to time through the official Ais Selangor website and social media. Existing close ties between Malaysia and Saudi Arabia reached a new milestone after both nations agreed to establish a high-level strategic committee to strengthen cooperation across various fields of mutual interest. The high-level strategic committee will be chaired jointly by Foreign Minister Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein and his Saudi counterpart Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud. Besides increasing joint efforts in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, Datuk Sri Hishamuddin in a statement said the committee would also focus on post-pandemic era cooperation between the two nations. He said among the issues to be tackled by the committee were how to ensure the economic recovery of both countries, stabilizing food security and reinvigorating the disrupted supply chains. He added that the committee would also allow for early discussions to be held with regard to issues surrounding Malaysia Malaysians intending to perform the Hajj or Umrah next year. This includes, he said, discussions on the quota for the Hajj and Umrah and the standard operating procedures for those performing these pilgrimages, if allowed before a COVID-19 vaccine is discovered. While no final decision has been made by Saudi Arabia regarding the Hajj and Umrah, Datuk Sri Hishamuddin said that it is crucial that both countries are better prepared once a decision is made in the future. A 17-year-old teenager was killed in an accident when his motorcycle crashed at the Mengkabung roundabout along Jalan Berungis Tenghilan Tuaran. The rider had sustained serious injuries to the head and was declared dead at the scene. The incident occurred when the victim was heading to the Berungis roundabout before he lost control of his motorcycle. The victim then hit the center of the roundabout before he was sent flying into an electrical pole. Investigations revealed that the victim was speeding. According to police, the case is being investigated under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. A family of 4 was left homeless after a fire destroyed their house in Kampung Datuk Kayaman, Berseri, Perlis. The incident occurred yesterday at 5:45 p.m. The Fire and Rescue Department, in a statement, informed that they had received an emergency call regarding the incident at 5:48 p.m. A fire truck and a 4-wheel drive with 13 personnel, led by Senior Fire Officer 2 Saiful Sofian Marzuki, were dispatched to the scene. However, by the time they arrived, the blaze had already consumed about 90% of the house. The fire was fully extinguished at about 7:15 p.m. and the operation concluded at 7:48 p.m. No life casualties were reported and the cause of the fire is still being investigated. Meanwhile, the affected family was temporarily placed at Surau Kampung Perawah under the Perlis Heritage and Islamic Council while waiting for a new house to be prepared. And that concludes today's edition of Updates at Noon. In our top story today, taps run dry for over 1 million households in Selangor and Klang Valley again. Tune in to News at 10 coming up at 10 p.m. on Saluran Berita RTM on My Freeviews channel 123. You can also stream the news by surfing RTM's MyClick. I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.